1, 2, 3. Good morning, grade 6. How are you today? I hope you are doing good. Today we are going to discuss Unit 5, Lesson 2. Okay. In Lesson 2, we have a question here. What do you think people used to use for light before electricity? What do you think people used to use for light before electricity? Before people discover electricity, what did they use for light? Yes, they used candles, that's right. They also used oil lamps. Okay, but who invented the electric bulb? That's right, it's Thomas Edison. Before we start our lesson, let's watch this video about Thomas Edison and how he invented the electric bulb.
Today's episode is about a great inventor that invented many great things for humanity because of his mother. He was the greatest inventor in the history of mankind, as he invented 1,300 devices. The most important one that changed our life is the electric lamp. But do you imagine that the greatest inventor was fired from the school because he was slow in understanding? He returned to his mother, and here emerges the role of mother. She decided to teach him at home. She taught him science in such an attractive way that the 9-year-old boy started to love science. He asked his mother to have a laboratory for chemistry at home. His mother agreed and spent all she got to buy the laboratory requirements. Thomas began playing in the laboratory and trying things while his mother was watching him. The reason why Thomas invented the electric lamp was that his mother had a surgery. She was in severe pain and was hospitalized. The surgeon said, "We have to wait till morning because there is no light." During that time, Edison was thinking that there must be a solution. He went to his lab and made 99 failed trials to invent the lamp. Can you imagine that 99 trial fails? In the trial number 100, he succeeded in inventing the electric lamp. It illuminated for 40 minutes before going off, and then he said his famous statement, "If it illuminated for 40 minutes, then it will illuminate for 100 years. And one day, Edison's lab caught fire. His brother, "Don't make my mother see the fire or know anything about this." When the fire is over and the lab was totally destroyed, Thomas looked at his brother and said, "There is one benefit for this fire." His brother asked, "What is it?" He answered, "All our mistakes have been burned. Now we can start again." Beautiful story. He said that what he did wasn't smartness, he failed in school. What he did is 1% smartness and 99% effort and persistence. You can call this story a historical story of persistence, or you can call it the love of the mother makes miracles. Both are right.
Okay, great text. Now, after we have watched the film about Thomas Edison, let's start our reading text. Lighting up the world. Close your eyes and imagine a world without electric light. How would life different? What would you use to give light? Can you imagine that? Life without light? Oh, Thomas Edison changed our homes and cities. He invented the modern electric light bulb. Before that, people used to light their homes with candles and oil lamps. Streets used to be dark because street lamps were powered by gas. And gas doesn't give so much light as electric bulbs. These lamps weren't bright like street lights today. But Edison's invention changed all that, lighting up homes and cities with light that was safe, cheap, and long-lasting. He didn't invent the first light bulb, but he improved the idea very much. He made it possible for millions of people to use electric light in the way that we use it today. Edison was born in 1847 in the USA, when few people understood electricity at that time, of course. His school teachers thought he was difficult because he got distracted easily. His mother was angry at his teachers. His mother was angry at his teacher's attitude and decided to teach him at home instead. So, instead of teaching him at school, she decided to teach him at home herself. She was a very good teacher. Edison grew up to be one of the most important inventors of the 20th century. Besides the modern light bulb, he invented 1,093 other things in his lifetime. Okay. Let's check our vocabulary for this lesson. The first one, oil lamp. What is an oil lamp? It is an object used to produce light using oil. For example, in the past there was no electricity, so our grandparents used oil lamps for light. Again, in the past there was no electricity, so our grandparents used oil lamps for light. The second one, bright. Giving or reflecting light. The sky is clear and the stars are so bright tonight. The sky is clear and the stars are so bright tonight. The third one, light up. Light up. Be careful with using this preposition, light with the preposition up, to make something visible and full of light. For example, the sun lights up the whole world. The next one, long lasting. It means continue for a long time. For example, pollution has long lasting effects on our health. Pollution has long-lasting effects on our health. Distracted. Distracted means unable to concentrate. Unable to concentrate. For example, he gets distracted easily by the noise around him. More vocab. Attitude. It's a feeling or opinion about something or someone. It's a feeling or it's an opinion about something or someone. For example, I don't like your attitude towards your cousin. I don't like your attitude towards your cousin. Century. Century, it's a period of 100 years. It's a period of 100 years. For example, the country has changed completely over the last century. Okay. Our grammar today is to talk about used to plus infinitive. We use used to talk about past habits or past states that don't happen now. Something we used to do in the past, but now we don't do it. For example, my father used to smoke. My father used to smoke. What does that mean? That means he was smoking in the past, but he stopped, and now he doesn't smoke. Another example. I used to wake up late before I got this job. I used to wake up late before I got this job. Now I wake up early, not late. That was only in the past. Okay, how to make a sentence with used to, how to make it negative. We use didn't, and we remove the D from used, so it will be didn't use to plus the infinitive. Didn't use to plus the infinitive. For example, in the past, people didn't used to have colored TV. In the past, people didn't used to have colored TVs. How to make a question with used to? If it is a WH question, we start with the WH word plus did plus the subject and used to without D. Used to plus the infinitive. For example, what did you used to do when you were in the United States? What did you used to do when you were in the United States? I used to work in a restaurant. I used to work in a restaurant. Yes, no questions. We start with did. No WH word. We start with did plus the subject and used to plus infinitive. For example, did you used to write emails when you were in grade 3? Did you used to write emails when you were in grade 3? If it is yes, yes I did. If no, no I didn't. Okay, now check your understanding. Choose the correct answer. People used space and oil lamps before electric light bulbs invented. What did people use in the past before electric bulbs? Candles, electricity, or lights? That's right, candles. People used candles and oil lamps before electric light bulbs invented. This room is so space and airy. This room is so light or so bright or so shine and airy. That's right, bright. This room is so bright, means it's full of light and airy. Number 3, the mobile phone is a great what? A great inventor, a great invention? Yes, that's right. The mobile phone is a great invention. Number 4, your handwriting is awful. You need to space it. You need to invent it. You need to renew it. You need to improve it. That's right. You need to improve it. Your handwriting is awful. You need to improve it. And number 5, he space sleep early, but now he stays up so late. So that was his habit in the past, not now. He used to sleep early. He used to sleep early. He used sleep early. That's right. He used to sleep early. Number 6, they didn't space stay home during the weekends. They didn't used to, they didn't used to, they didn't use stay home during the weekends. The correct answer is used to, because in the negative form we use didn't, used to, and we remove the letter D from used. Number 7, she used to space out the garbage every day. She used to. What we use with used to, what we choose? Takes, take, taking. Yes, that's right. After used to, we choose the infinitive form. So she used to take out the garbage every day. And number 8, what did you space eat when you were in China? What did you used to eat? What did you used to eat? What did you use eat? That's right. Because we have did here in the question, we cannot use used. We cannot use used to with did. Of course, we choose to use used to. What did you used to eat when you were in China? Another type of question. Find the mistake and correct it. The first one, he used to eat with his left hand. What is the mistake in this sentence? Yes, eats. Why it's wrong? Why it's a mistake? Oh, because after used to, we need to use the infinitive. So we change eats into eat. He used to eat with his left hand. Number 2, my brother didn't use to drive. My brother didn't use to drive. What's the mistake here? Yes, that's correct. Used, because after didn't we use infinitive, so we must remove the letter D. My brother didn't use to drive. Number 3, 200 years ago, people used a compass to find their way in the desert. What's the mistake? People used. How come used? Yes. After used to, we must use the infinitive. So we must remove the letter D. 200 years ago, people used to use. Number 4. My grandfather used to have oil lamps to light on the house in the past. My grandfather used to have oil lamps to light on the house in the past. What's the mistake here? Yes. Used to? No, that's not correct. We must correct it into used to, not used to. So the correct one, my grandfather used to have oil lamps to light on the house in the past. And the last one, where do you used to eat when you were studying in Cairo? Where do you used to eat when you were studying in Cairo? That's a question, and if we want to make a question with used to, we must use did, not do. So where did you used to eat when you were studying in Cairo? Okay, grade 6. This is the end of our lesson today. Thank you so much for watching. See you soon, dear students. Stay safe and always take care of yourselves. Goodbye. I'm waiting for you in our next lesson. See you soon and take care. Goodbye.